Hey, Tom No, CMO at Atomic Enrollment. We've been helping trade schools and vocational schools scale enrollments for the past 7 years. And clients, new clients always ask us,
Hey guys, hey Tom, how long does it take for us to see results?
Now, this isn't an indication of this happening every time, but let me show you an example of a new client we just launched and what the first week of results look like of launching with us. They signed up for our 90-day accelerator, where we come in for 90 days and build out our entire enrollment machine and system into their business in an accelerated time period. And this is what the first week, the first time period of launch looks like. So this is an HVAC school where they teach HVAC training. They do it through an innovative way of teaching it online through VR. And this is what a new client launch looks like. So we ran Google ads and Facebook ads. It's a fairly new program. They never had any real success with online advertising in the past. So we launched both channels concurrently with a bigger emphasis and budget on meta ads. Yeah, so take a look at the first week, 1 week here. We generated 66 calls. Out of those 66 scheduled calls, we had 56 connected calls. Out of those 56 connected calls, 10 were pre-qualified. 1 enrolled so far, like completely went through the process and enrolled. 4 have pending enrollments. There's 4 pending enrollments. And this is what a new client 1 week stats look like. Got $5,000 in revenue. We spent $875 in advertising. That equates to a 5.7 ROAS. And just to show you proof that we're not making this up, here is the email from the client reporting back to us the results. Now, keep in mind, this is a new client. Generally, how our process works is, there's a lot that goes into the front end, but especially with a new client, with new launch, we're optimizing every 48 to 72 hours based on the data. So this is with minimal optimization. And let me tell you why we're able to create success in a fairly, fast. That's why, clients join us. They want faster results than anything they've ever done before, right? It's because 1, we understand your avatar. People who are looking to enroll in trade programs, vocational programs, all different types. We work with a variety of programs on the field, behind a computer, blue collar, white collar, but this specifically is for an HVAC school. So we have a lot of experience running similar programs. So we just know what is gonna click for the other side on their newsfeed when they're searching in Google. And the first way, the winning is done. All our winning and how we win is because we stack the odds before we launch the ads, meaning we have a very in-depth process. So for example, the first process is we do a deep dive into the avatar. You got to understand the avatar well. That's what most marketers in this space don't understand. Like, who are they selling to? You got to understand it very deeply. We do it every day. We've been doing it for close to a decade, selling these type of programs. So we understand very intimately, like, what's going to click for these people. And it has to be very real time. Like, there's a lot going on with AI. There's a lot going on with trades, and there's a lot going on in the world. So all the hooks, the messaging, the ad videos, the ad creatives have to be relevant. Now, side caveat, in regards to AI, there's a lot of noise regarding AI. There's some really cool, innovative things happening in AI. We're doing it real time. We're using a lot of agentic AI for our clients to help them get better results. We'll share more about that because it's pretty early innings, but you want to stay focused. This is what we realized. You want to stay focused. Your core bread and butter is you got to understand the avatar well. You get in front of the right person at the right time with content first video ads. You put them through our funnel. I'm going to explain how all this works here shortly. They go through a good sales process and you convert them. Don't overcomplicate it with all this AI shiny object syndrome out there. The core bread and butter stuff works really well still, and I'm showing you proof. So we understand the avatar well. We craft ad videos and the messaging to speak to that avatar intimately, and then we put them through our funnel. Now, this is what we call a mini webinar funnel. If you have watched any of our past videos, we put the right video to the right person at the right time with social media ads, to the right avatar, get in front of the right avatar, put the right videos to them. Once they're nurtured enough, push them into a funnel like this. This is what we call a mini webinar. We script this out for the client. The prospect does a deep enough dive where they're excited enough about the program. FAQs are really important on your landing page, but keep in mind, There's nothing else they can do. There's no other button they could press besides schedule a call. So one of the things that we pivoted on very early on that we kind of nailed it right in the head, the messaging. So this is very atypical. Our call volume was way too strong. We were generating calls for a very insane low cost. I'm not going to state the number here because I don't want to set the precedent, because this is very atypical. So we had a lot of margin because they only have one sales rep. One sales rep can take about 10 calls a day. We were generating more than 10 calls a day. So we had margin to add in more friction to the booking process, call booking process for our prospect. And one of the things we did really early on was that this program cannot really help unemployed people. Unemployed people is not a real priority in terms of getting the enrollments. We want to get enrollments fast for our clients because we're judged upon the first 1 to 4 weeks of working together. So we want to generate a lot of enrollments up front for the client. We will help the unemployed people later, but they're not a priority at the moment. So we started filtering out the unemployed people. So if they were unemployed, they were not allowed to book a call. And that helped results drastically because, we did the work ahead of time to understand the avatar deeply. We nailed the messaging, we nailed the targeting, we nailed the funnel, where cost per call was insanely low. So we added in friction where if you're unemployed, they couldn't book a call. So that helped a lot. That one thing helped a lot. So this is a case study of example of a new client launch, what it looks like. Now, what are we doing next? We're just getting started with this client. There's a lot of room to scale. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to still, cost per call is insanely low here because we nailed it on the head, the messaging and the targeting, that we have more margin and room to add more friction to the process. So we're going to add in two things: soft filtering, meaning somewhere on the page, not on the form technically, somewhere on the page, we're going to say like, hey, you have to put down the deposit of X dollars to be considered into this program. If you have no money, this is not the program for you. The second thing is in the form, we're going to put a filtering process where if you're looking to get a loan on this, and if you ever defaulted on a loan, we're going to filter them out because we cannot help people who have defaulted on a loan. It's a waste of time, waste of money. They're not a priority, at least at the moment. So we're going to be adding that in the next couple days here. So to add more friction to the process, because again, we nailed it on the head with the deep dive on the avatar, the targeting, the messaging, the ad videos, the funnel, that we have margin to add more friction to the process. There's going to be a point where we can add more friction to the process. The next point of iteration is going to be different messaging, different hooks, different ad videos as we scale, but there's still a lot more margin to add more friction to the process to increase the quality of the leads. Not that the quality is bad, right? First weekend without much, with only one optimization, we're able to generate a 6x ROAS, meaning for every dollar of advertising the client put in, they got about $6 back in revenue. That's what ROAS means. The next thing we're going to do is once someone books a call, we're going to be circling them with content because, if they booked a call 2 days out, even a day out, they're going to be opening up Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform they're using, and we're going to be circling them with content, objection handlers, social proof, reasons why they should be excited to join this program. And as we scale, we're very close to adding a salesperson, another salesperson, because the current salesperson is pretty maxed out. So we're just trying to book more quality calls on the calendar for that current salesperson, but we're at a point where we're going to scale in the very near future within, I would say, the next 2 months, and adding that salesperson is the next part of the scaling process of increasing the budget, but also making sure good quality calls come on the calendar. So that's generally what a new client launch looks like. So there you have it. That's what a new client launch could look like, generally typically looks like. And as we go through these actions, the goal is to get closer to 10 ROAS and higher to increase the profitability as we scale here. So yeah, there you have it. That's what a new client launch could look like. If you have any questions, let us know. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care. Bye.